Hello, and thank y'all for being here today to listen to my speech. Today I want to take the time to tell y'all about the serious problem that we face in Texas. According to the Texas Department of Transportation, there were over 67,000 traffic accidents per year in Houston in 2016 time period, and out of all those crashes, 3,000 of them resulted in a fatality. Today, I want to take the time to properly look at the problem, what causes this problem, and my sought-out solution to solve this problem, or at least reduce the numbers that we are seeing today. So in Texas, in 2017, according to the Texas Motor Vehicle Crash Facts issued from the state on 2018, April 20th, Texas highway death toll was over 4,000 fatalities. And according to the Houston Chronicle posted on January 22nd, 2019, Houston constantly leads the nation in fatalities seen per year and car accidents. And so the reason for this problem is because most of our Texas drivers, they either forget or they just don't pay the amount of attention they should be paying on Texas roads, or maybe they just don't even care to pay attention. So on December 19, 2010, a post issued out by My Philly Lawyers reports that one cause of the problem is that we take these tests once we first get our license. So whenever we first get our license, we're usually around the age of 16 in most states, and by the time we reach the age of 40, 50, most drivers don't remember, the rules and what the regulations are. So that's one reason for the problem, is a lot of drivers just don't know what the rules are anymore, or maybe we experience new rules throughout the years and they just don't know those new rules that have been brought into play. So that's a big factor of the problem. And then on October 3rd, 2016, Julia Editing posted to the Zebra, traffic laws change over time, and they change amongst various states. And so as people move and simply age, they may have learned a new way of lifestyle, a new way of driving in different states. So moving around and becoming older and just forgetting, the certain rules, the simple rules to follow on Texas roads. So that's a big problem today that we see, and one of the main reasons that we're seeing these high numbers today. And on March 2019, the National Institute on Drug Abuse posted that some drivers are distracted by outside forces. So that's another main reason is a lot of Texas drivers are distracted and they just choose not to pay much attention as they should to the road. So i.e., maybe drugs, alcohol, maybe they're eating or texting. That's a big problem today that we see, and one of the main reasons these numbers are so high, because people just don't pay attention and don't pay attention how they should. And in 2017, 21.4 million people aged 16 or older drove under the influence of alcohol in the past year, and 12.8 million drove under the influence of illicit drugs. So those numbers are pretty big, and it shows you the problem that we're facing today. And so my solution for this problem, to reduce these numbers or even drastically change or end the numbers that we're seeing with Texas crashes, the solution that I've sought out is to retake the driving test every 3 years. So the drivers, every 3 years, they would have to be required to take a minimal test, maybe a driving test or a written test, just the one like you do whenever you first get your license, just to refresh them and sharpen them on what needs to be done on the Texas roads and what's being expected of them, and if any new laws come into play, the things that they should learn and everything. And on November 28, 2016, an article on Driver's Prep stated that everyone should be required to retake the education course or test in order to drive on Texas roads. Retaking a written test at every renewal will increase our chances of reducing those numbers and seeing a drastic change in these numbers. And Traffic School Online highlights common things drivers do that are against the law and what they should do against tickets to avoid tickets. So as in, like, a lot of people don't, like, whenever they get tickets, common tickets are like moving violations or speeding while they're driving. So just coming into foreplay, showing them like what to call, like what these actions can cause and what they're really, bringing out on Texas roads. Because if we're speeding and not paying attention, these are the causes that happen, and it needs to be stopped. So I just want to say, throughout this whole speech, y'all learned today that the problem with Texas roads and crashes that we have throughout the year that are too high, and a lot of people die throughout the year just because of these crashes over problems that can be solved, and some of them are inevitable. But if we take these tests and refreshing people every 3 years, I strongly feel that people will pay more attention and really see the aftermath of what happens whenever they don't pay attention and they don't drive safely and follow the rules on the road. So through this whole speech, the amount of time that it took to do this speech, one person was killed in a accident. For every 2 hours and 20 minutes, a person had died from an accident, and for every 1 minute and 59 seconds, a person was injured. And one reportable traffic collision occurred every 57 seconds. And over 265,000 people were injured in traffic accidents in Texas alone. And that number is way too high, and we need to make a change now. Thank you for y'all's time, and thank you for listening to my speech.